Hello everybody, welcome to our second channel, Literaree. In this video, we are going to understand 20 important figures of speech which are frequently asked in various examinations. Without much delay, let's start. Number 1 is alliteration. The repetition of consonants at the beginning of two or more words in succession within a phrase or verse line is an alliteration. It is a poetic device used to add rhythm, harmony, and emphasis. Let's check out one example from the famous poem Birches by Robert Frost. I would like to go by climbing a birch tree and climb black branches up a snow white trunk. This example from the poem Birches by Robert Frost includes a repetition of B sound. Anaphora. The repetition of the same word or phrase at the beginning of successive clauses or verses is called an anaphora. Now let's check out a beautiful example from Maya Angelou's poem Still I Rise. You may shoot me with your words, you may cut me with your eyes, you may kill me with your hatefulness, but still like air I'll rise. Here, Maya Angelou intensified her will to overcome by itemizing repeated forms of mistreatment using the phrase you may. Hyperbole. Hyperbole is a literary device that uses exaggeration to emphasize a point or express and evoke a strong emotion. Check out this example. I had to wait in the station for 10 days, an eternity. In these quoted lines from Joseph Conrad's Heart of Darkness, the author uses hyperbole to exaggerate time. Here 10 days is not literally an eternity, but for the character, 10 days felt like an incredibly long time as indicated through the hyperbole. Personification. Personification is the attribution of human nature or character to animals, inanimate objects, or abstract notions, especially as a rhetorical figure. Check out this example from the poem The Fog by Carl Sandburg. The fog comes on little cat feet. It sits looking over harbor and city on silent haunches and then moves on. Here, Carl Sandburg gives fog the human ability to sit and look. Consonants. Consonants is a figure of speech in which the same consonant sound repeats within a group of words. Let's check out this example. Nearly all joined in singing this hymn, which swelled high above the howling of the storm. In this line from chapter 9 of Moby Dick, the S and H sounds mirror the activity of the scene singing by making the prose musical. Epistrophe. Epistrophe is the opposite of anaphora. It is the rhetorical repetition of a word or phrase at the end of successive sentences or clauses. Let's check out this example from the play The Merchant of Venice by William Shakespeare. If you had known the virtue of the ring, or half her worthiness that gave the ring, or your own honor to contain the ring, you would not then have parted with the ring. In these lines from Act 5 Scene 1 of the play Merchant of Venice, Portia uses epistrophe, the ring, to criticize Bassanio for giving away his wedding ring. Synecdoche. A part of something is used to signify the whole, or the whole of something is used to signify a part. Check out this example from the poem The Rime of the Ancient Mariner by Samuel Coleridge. The western wave was all aflame. The day was well nigh done. Almost upon the western wave rested the broad bright sun. Here, the word wave stands in for the whole ocean. Next one is simile. Simile is a comparison between two distinctly different things which is explicitly indicated by the word like or as. Let us check out these beautiful lines from the poem A Red, Red Rose by Robert Burns. Oh, my love's like a red, red rose that's newly sprung in June. Oh, my love's like the melody that's sweetly played in tune. Here, Robert Burns is comparing his love with red rose and melody. Metaphor. Metaphor is a figure of speech used to make a comparison between two objects or concepts that aren't alike but have something in common. Here is a beautiful example from the play As You Like It by William Shakespeare. All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. Assonance. Assonance is a figure of speech in which the same vowel sounds repeats within a group of words. Look at this lovely example from the poem Daffodils by William Wordsworth. I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high over vales and hills. Here William Wordsworth has used many long O sounds in the first two lines of his poem. Antithesis. Antithesis pairs exact opposite or contrasting ideas in a parallel grammatical structure. Look at this example from Paradise Lost by John Milton. Better to reign in hell than serve in heaven. Euphemism. Euphemism is a mild or indirect term that often substitutes a harsh, blunt, or offensive term. Look at this example from the famous poem The Rime of the Ancient Mariner by S.T. Coleridge. They dropped down one by one. Here the poet wants to say that they died, which is a harsh fact, but he softens it down and makes it agreeable by the indirect statement dropped down. Apostrophe. Apostrophe is a figure of speech in which a speaker directly addresses someone or something that is not present or cannot respond in reality. Look at this beautiful example from the poem Ode on a Grecian Urn by John Keats. Thou still unravished bride of quietness, thou foster child of silence and slow time, sylvan historian who canst thus express a flowery tale more sweetly than our rhyme. Here Keats speaks to a beautiful ancient vase, addressing it as a bride, a child, and a historian, and also a kind of muse. Hyperbatan. Hyperbatan is a transposition or inversion of usual word order. The device is often used in poetry. Let us check out this example from Measure for Measure by William Shakespeare. Some rise by sin, and some by virtue fall. Here, Shakespeare uses the unexpected word order, which is some by virtue fall instead of some fall by virtue. This disordering of words helps in emphasizing the phrase virtue fall. Litotes. Litotes is a figure of speech consisting of an understatement in which an affirmative is expressed by negating its opposite. Look at this example. He has not failed to annoy us with messages. This is a famous line from the play Hamlet, written by William Shakespeare. In this line, we can see a clear example of litotes being used. Metonymy. Metonymy is a figure of speech in which one word or phrases is substituted for another with which it's closely associated, such as crown for royalty. Look at this example from the play Julius Caesar by William Shakespeare. Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. Here, Mark Antony uses ears to say that he wants the people present to listen to him attentively. It is a metonymy because the word ears replaces the concept of paying attention. Oxymoron. An oxymoron is a figure of speech that deliberately uses two contradictory ideas. Look at these beautiful lines from the play Romeo and Juliet. Good night, parting is such sweet sorrow. In this line, sweet sorrow is an oxymoron. Juliet knows she is only parting from Romeo temporarily, but it is still a sorrowful occasion. Paradox. Paradox is similar to oxymoron, but it is not quite same. A paradox is longer than oxymoron. It consists of phrase, sentence, or even a paragraph, while an oxymoron is generally just two words linked together in an unusual way. Check out this example from George Orwell's 1984. War is peace, freedom is slavery, ignorance is strength. These contradictions are examples of paradox. George Orwell imagines a totalitarian government designed on purpose to have contradictory claims at its very core. Pun. A pun is a form of wordplay that purposely substitutes words that sound similar but have different meanings. Look at this example. Give me a torch. I am not for this ambling. Being but heavy, I will bear the light. These lines are from Romeo and Juliet by William Shakespeare, where light has been used in two ways. One as a source of illumination, and the other is just the opposite of heavy. Next one is onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia is a group of words or phrases that are similar to the sounds they produce. Look at the famous example from the poem For Whom the Bell Tolls by Ernest Hemingway. He saw nothing and heard nothing, but he could feel his heart pounding, and then he heard the clack on stones and the leaping, dropping clicks of small rock falling. Here Hemingway has used onomatopoeia to help readers to imagine a serious or important situation. The words pounding, clank, and clicks help readers to picture a person standing at the edge of a cliff, fearing for his life. That brings us to the end of the video. I hope you found this video useful. Stay tuned for more such videos, and please like, share, and subscribe to support us. Thank you so much for watching.